Okay, so yesterday we discussed about dynamic cluster, right? Dynamic cluster is very
Mm.
simple. If you are planning to use, like external storage instead of the normal vSAN storage, which is coming with VxRail, then you can go for dynamic cluster option. And connecting the storage is, like it's not, it's like as we whatever procedure we do for that traditional infrastructure, the same procedures will be followed here as well. So these are the nodes, like from VxRail appliance perspective. These three nodes will supply a dynamic cluster option. Okay, because you know about the series of servers, right? We have E, V, P, S, D, G, right? Out of
Right.
all the series, only three series are supporting, especially these models E560, P570, and V570F. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll explain about this, like F, what is F? Some servers, like they mention it as N. I'll explain about this when we look into that hardware part, okay? And before the deployment, I'll explain about that hardware, okay? So at that time, I'll explain about what is this F, what is NVIDIA, what is boss code. Not sure whether do you ever about boss code?
Postcard I heard.
Okay,
I don't know what is I use, but I heard that.
okay, I'll show you like
To
where
connect the
the
hard drive, this is used.
yeah, actually this is the hard drive which is used for installing the ESXi, because traditionally what we'll
Is it
do.
a replacement of the perk card? And initially it used to get connected with perk card. Is it
uh,
that replacement?
Per card means you're talking about the right controller, right?
Rate controller card, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, see, traditionally what we'll do is we'll be using the normal hard disk, right? We'll be using SATA disk,
mm,
SAS disk, or SSD disk to install ESXi. Okay, now
right.
that is not the case. So here, what they're doing here is they're excluding all the drives which is in the front of the server for storage utility, and they're providing two cards. Like it will be like an PCI slot cards. Okay, these two cards will be configured with RAID. Okay, and this will comes with 250 GB, 350. It will go till 500 GB, I think. Okay, so using this card, they will do mirroring and they will install the ESXi OS. They will not touch any other hard disk which is in front of the server. And there is no write controller which has been used earlier. We used write controller, right, for
Right. Correct.
installing OS and all, like, and to configure it. But that is not the case here. Here, every write concept, everything will be different. I'll show you how boss code will works. Okay, later. So dynamic cluster, these are all the storage: Power Store, Power Max, Unity XT storage. These are the three storage which is supported in VxRail dynamic cluster. So here in dynamic cluster, vSAN license is not required, because when we are going for dynamic cluster, no need of vSAN data store, right?
Yeah. You're using
So
external hard storage because.
yeah, so vSAN license is not required here. So when you are planning for deployment, like you'll be getting the option like this. If you're going for dynamic node cluster, that time you need to select this option. I explained you about almost 5 to 6 type of cluster, right? See, standard
Right.
cluster, two node cluster, dynamic cluster. Okay, then dynamic cluster you have to choose fiber channel array, and for standard cluster we have
Mm.
one more option called vSAN hyper converged infrastructure mesh. Okay, so I'll explain about this finally. Okay, because this is part of this standard cluster as well. Okay, so I'll explain this finally. That is the reason, like I didn't include that as a cluster in that PPT. So, so at the end of the discussion, I will update you what is this vSAN hyper-converged infrastructure mesh. Okay,
Mm.
so just I'm showing this only for the reference as of now. Anyway, we are going to do the deployment, right? Deployment demo from the scratch. That time I'll show you how we are going to perform this deployment, how we got this result. Everything will be explained. So next is about vSAN stretched cluster.
This intensive, hands-on training program is designed to provide comprehensive knowledge and practical experience with VMware VxRail. The course focuses on the deployment, configuration, management, and troubleshooting of VxRail components, enabling participants to confidently build and operate a modern, integrated hyper-converged infrastructure. The training consists of 40 learning hours, and we offer two flexible options to suit your schedule: a 5-day fast track for those who want to complete the course quickly, or a 1-month regular track for a more paced approach. We also offer flexible timings based on individual availability to ensure the best learning experience. This training is delivered entirely online, so you can join from anywhere with ease. For any inquiries or to enroll, please contact us at 93619136611. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, SMS Tech Desk, for more tech tutorials, updates, and training content. We look forward to learning with you.